Hey, I'm Clint Arthur, and welcome to this super special presentation. I'm really excited for you that you're going to get this because what you're receiving today is the gift of my life's work. I've won all kinds of awards for this gift I'm giving you today. And what it will do for you is create the understanding of how you can have unfair competitive advantage. I said to Mick Jagger, "So Mick, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" He said, "You can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you find you get what you need." And I know you didn't come to this video wanting exactly what I'm going to give you. But if you're an author, a speaker, a coach, an expert of any kind, a consultant, an advisor, if you want to sell more books or seminar tickets or coaching and consulting packages, get higher fees, better clients, if you're tired of being the best kept secret, this is exactly what you need. I've structured it in the form of 10 strategies that will give you the ultimate competitive advantage. The essential three buckets that we're going to talk about today are impact, influence, and income. When you've got those three areas of power in your career, there's nothing you can't do. I asked Oprah, "What's the most important thing you ever learned?" She said, "You are responsible for your own success." That is a lesson that has taken me from being a taxi driver to where I am today. Taking full responsibility for your success. There's no one that can do this for you. I can teach you and I will teach you. I can help you and I would love to help you. I can mentor you and I would really love the opportunity to be your mentor. But ultimately, you are responsible for your own success. See, what I help you to do is understand and accomplish the very difficult task today of standing out. It is more difficult than ever because your clients and prospects are being bombarded with 5,000 plus marketing messages every day. So how do you stand out? That's what this presentation is really all about.
I mean, we're so often out of our comfort zone when we ask for ourselves. And you mentioned that that's an important thing to ask of yourself is how comfortable are you not being comfortable in your comfort zone?
Right. Yeah, pushing through your limits. Life begins where your comfort zone ends. And the more you push outside of your everyday life and your boundaries, the more you're going to grow as a person and achieve in this world and create as a legacy.
It's scary.
It can be. Yeah. That's when it's great, is when it's scary.
I truly believe both of those things. Getting outside your comfort zone is where it's all about. I was talking about it in the pool today with one of my clients, hanging out with my client and her client. And we were talking about transitions and how the transition is often so uncomfortable, but you've got to go through the transition, get through the discomfort. That's where the opportunities lie, outside of your comfort zone. And a lot of times it's scary to get outside of your comfort zone. But when it's scary is truly when it's great. I'm recording this presentation today in one of my 2 villas in Acapulco. And I'll tell you what, when we first came down here and started exploring living in Acapulco and buying houses here, it was scary. But when it is scary is when it's great. It really is. Now, the first tool for impact is TV. You got to stand out. And it is not so easy to get on TV, but that's where celebrities are. That's where the top marketers are. Every top marketer is on TV. If you want to have impact, you need to be seen and heard. That's how you get the impact. If they don't see you and hear you, they won't buy you. And TV is a great way for you to be seen and heard.
This is the second time I've been here. So I'm a really busy mom, busy schedule. So what makes someone do the same event twice? Results. This event gives you more transformation than anything else you're going to do. If you want to get booked on TV, if you want to be a celebrity, nobody can coach you like Clint can.
The thing that I love about TV more than anything is that it changes who you are and how you are. And it will make you stand out in ways that you never expected to do before or never expected would be possible for you. It also positions you great as a celebrity so that when you're standing out, you have more impact. And I have coached more than 2,189 authors, speakers, coaches, consultants advisors, entrepreneurs, and experts of all different kinds on how to book yourself on TV and how to be great on TV, how to create TV that is putting it on a silver platter for a producer so it's easy for them to say, hey, I want you. I said, "So Ringo, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" He said, "I get high with a little help from my friends." A lot of times, if you want to have a higher level of impact, you are going to need friends. And I would like to be your new BFF. I'm the BFF of a lot of people because I really know how to help people have impact. And if you want to have higher status and higher impact, I'd like to be your friend and help you. I asked Ice-T, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, don't expect anybody to wake up with your dream. Maybe you have a dream. Maybe you're like me. I've got this dream. I've been pursuing my dream for a long time. I'm not quite there yet. A lot of people say I'm there, but I don't feel like I'm there. I'm still moving forward, moving on up. And if you've got a dream, don't expect anybody to wake up with your dream. You're the one who has the dream. Your family and friends are going to try and smash it down. Your family and friends don't want you to succeed in your dream. It's up to you to make the dream come true. The great thing is that I attract dreamers. I attract people, all of whom have dreams of being more and having more and doing more. And together we can reinforce each other and help each other to make our dreams come true. The second tool for having more impact is celebrity friends. Now, you've seen a lot of photos already of me and my celebrity friends. Those tools are very impactful. The third tool for having more impact is VIP speaking. That means speaking at very important places. I invented this. And I've had the great privilege to share this message at the Harvard Faculty Club, an event sponsored by the entrepreneurship students of Harvard Business School. I've shared this message at Oxford University, at Cambridge University, at the London Stock Exchange.
We're here at the London Stock Exchange, and I've just spoken at Clint's event. Great event, great people, good fun. Be there next time.
That was Nigel Farage, in case you didn't recognize him. He's the guy who invented Brexit. When Britain exited the European Union, it was because of him. And I said, Nigel, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, well, after 27 years of waiting for Brexit to happen, patience. Hey, creating impact, influence, and income on the levels that I'm talking about is what I call celebrity entrepreneurship. We're not celebrities. We're not famous. We're celebrities in the eyes of clients and prospects. I wrote a whole book about this called Celebrity Entrepreneurship. It's not going to happen, boom, overnight. I can accelerate the process for you dramatically, massively. I can help you to have it happen faster, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not an easy button that's going to just produce a result tomorrow. You've got to have patience. I've had the great privilege to present this message at NASDAQ multiple times. I've shared the stage with Dr. Oz at the Philadelphia College of Physicians and presented this message on that great stage. Speaking at very important places changes your perspective in the eyes of clients and prospects, especially when you have the videos of you speaking at those very important places and the photos of you speaking at those very important places. The fifth tool for creating massive impact is a great headshot. This was a headshot that one of my clients sent me for inclusion in the directory that we published of all the attendees at one of our events at the Harvard Faculty Club. I saw this headshot and I was like, wow, that's a really great headshot. That's super cool. It's different. It stands out from all the other headshots that I got that year. And it puts her literally above the people. I wanted a headshot like that. So I created this. That's my headshot on the NASDAQ Jumbotron, 75 feet tall in Times Square. The second bucket that we're going to talk about is influence. Those are the ways, 5 really easy ways to get impact. Here's how you get influence. Stories. I said, Martha, what's the most important thing you ever learned? She said, when I was a little girl, my daddy told me that I could do anything, and I believed him. See, I know that a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about in here, maybe going on TV, maybe speaking at very important places like NASDAQ or meeting celebrities, may seem beyond your reach or beyond what's possible for you. But I assure you, anything is possible.
Hey, I'm Dr. Rebecca Hunton from the Space Coast of Florida. I'm a medical physician who just finished my 6th Clint Arthur event. This last one really helped me move from being a regurgitator of medical facts and trying to persuade patients to change their lifestyle habits into transforming into stories that they can relate to and that can give them the tools to make the changes to really become healthy. But more than that, the positioning of being a celebrity expert, what Clint really teaches, how to get on TV, how to be that person in your community, has exponentially grown my practice and changed who I am in my life. Really, because you don't see yourself that way when you start with Clint. And it's only as he stretches and pushes and pulls on you and your character and pushes you to that breakthrough place that you realize you really can be that superstar.
The 7th tool in the arsenal of influence is having a book. If you want to have more influence that comes from authority and positioning, and nothing gives you more authority and positioning as an expert on a topic than having your own book. I've written 21 best-selling books. This one, Wisdom of the Men, was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. And having your book gives you instant credibility and authority on any topic that you want to talk about. The 8th tool in the 10 strategies for unfair competitive advantage, made up by the 3 buckets of impact, influence, and income. The 8th tool is awards. Awards instantly set you apart and set you above your competition and, more importantly, your clients. Your clients have to be looking up to you. They have to be admiring you and your success and thinking, oh, I could never do that. And there's a lot of people who feel that way about people who win good awards. 7 figures. So I think that would put me in the top 5% of all the earners in the National Speakers Association.
No, probably in the top 1%.
Hey, that's an honor to be one of the top money earners in the professional speaking association called the National Speakers Association, as proclaimed by one of my 4 NSA Hall of Fame mentors. I've been mentored by 4 Hall of Fame speakers. So when it comes to making money as a speaker, I really do know what I'm talking about. And if you are a speaker and you want to accelerate your success, I can greatly, greatly help you. Now, I've shared this message at the USC Business School Lloyd Grief Center for Entrepreneurship. There's my daughter. She came to the speech and the professor gave us each one of those hats. And I love the hat because it has the logo. What is that logo? That logo is basically the prescription for entrepreneurial success. As seen by the USC Business School, they say if you want to win the entrepreneurial game, you got to be that 1 dot. Now, what is really different about that 1 dot? And I'll give you the answer. It's higher. I get high with a little help from my friends. You got to be higher. If you want to have more influence, you need to be looked up to. Call that admiration. Call that higher status, call that celebrity. You got to get your clients and prospects to look up to you. You got to be higher if you want to win the game. I've always wanted to be higher. I wanted to be special when I was growing up as a kid, because in my house, my parents were always arguing. Were your parents arguing when you grew up? With us, it was like, when weren't they arguing? And my strategy to become special enough to get my parents to stop arguing, because I figured it was my fault, and it was, my strategy was I was going to go to the Wharton Business School. I had found it in the encyclopedia, the W. And in case you don't know what an encyclopedia is, that was when Google was in books. I looked at that W encyclopedia and it said the Wharton Business School was the best business school in the world. And I decided when I was 14 years old that I was going to go to the Wharton Business School. And you know what? I did. I focused everything I could do on getting into that school. And there I am with my fraternity brothers, some of them very notable. And I graduated with a 4.0 GPA in entrepreneurship from the Wharton Business School. And I go home to get the congratulations from my parents. And what happens? They get into the hugest argument of all time. My dad storms out of the house and slams the door behind him. I'm sitting on the couch with my mom, like I've done a million times. I turn to her and I go, you know, Mom, the way he resents you all these years, have you been cheating on Dad? And I'm thinking, holy cow, where did that idea even come from? I never even thought that in my whole entire life. And then I'm thinking, holy cow, how did I get to be such a rude person that I would ask a rude question like that to my own mother? And then I'm thinking, why ain't she answering the question? And then she goes, he's not your real father. Your real father was a doctor at the fertility clinic we went to for 6 years trying to have you, and you look just like that guy. Say what? Imagine how you would feel if everything you thought you knew about who you were. Whew. Not only didn't I know who I was anymore, I sure as heck didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up anymore. So what did I do? Monday morning comes, I get on the phone, I call up the vice president of the investment bank on the 87th floor of #1 World Trade Center. Sir, I really appreciate the offer, but I've decided I don't want to be an investment banker anymore. What did I do? Naturally, I ran off to Hollywood. Most people go to Hollywood to lose themselves. I went to Hollywood to find myself, and I found myself becoming a very special person. I became the Wharton Business School taxi driver. That's right. For 6 years, I drove a yellow cab in LA. And where were you on December 31st, 1999? Were you at a ATM getting some Y2K cash, partying with family and friends? I was behind the wheel of yellow cab number 6087. In the back seat of the cab that night were these two guys who were MBA interns at Goldman Sachs. And I'm listening in on their conversation as I'm driving them to a party in the Hollywood Hills. Hey, man, did you hear about Mr. Carrera? They made him the last partner right before the Goldman IPO, and he cashed out $1 gazillion. And I'm like, hey, are you talking about Chris Carrera? How do you know Mr. Carrera? How do I know Mr. Carrera? See the arrow? Count over 1, 2, 3. The fourth guy with the long necktie going down, that's Chris Carrera. And that night, I transformed my pillow into a sponge, sopping up all my tears. And I'm in my boat, crying my eyes out. $513. I was supposed to be special. Believe me, if I could dig myself out of that ditch, anything is possible. Now, people ask me, do you resent the 13 years you spent chasing a Hollywood dream that never happened for you? And I say no, because in that time, I really did learn the most important thing in business. And they don't teach it to you at Wharton. I graduated, I know, and I wrote the book, What They Teach You at the Wharton Business School. It ain't in that book. I don't believe it's taught at Harvard. When I spoke there, I asked the president of the Entrepreneurship Students Club of Harvard Business School, do they teach this stuff at Harvard Business School? They don't teach it at USC Business School. I asked a professor, do they teach what I talk about here? Nope, you're the first person that's ever talked about it, Clint. What I'm talking about is who you are. See, at a certain point, all your competition is great. You're great, they're great. Who's the best? You can't say who's the best, but you can say who you are. And it all comes down to what Dan Kennedy said. I knew I had a problem. My wife broke her wrist. I knew I needed an operation on my wife's wrist. What I did not know was who was going to get paid a lot of money to fix my wife's wrist. See, they could have hired 1 million people to interview Clint Arthur on the Today Show, but they hired Brooke Shields. Why? Because she's somebody. She's Brooke Shields. There were 1 million Columbia Journalism School graduates who would have interviewed me for free on the Today Show, just for the chance to be on the Today Show themselves. But those are nobodies. And especially in Hollywood, if you're a nobody, you ain't never going to work. I mean, assume, let's make an assumption that I was the greatest actor and screenwriter in Hollywood history. Every audition I went out for, I was competing against Tom Cruise and Nicolas Cage and Robert Downey Jr. Those people are somebody. And I know you're thinking, well, that's Hollywood. You got to be a movie star in Hollywood, but I'm not in Hollywood, so that doesn't apply. And as my great mentor, Arnold Kopelson, who won the Academy Award for Platoon, he produced that movie, he would say, you would happen to be wrong. Hollywood is just the ultimate example of what I'm talking about, but it works everywhere. If you are a bigger who than your competition, then you are going to win. Now there's a big who. You know who that guy is. I said, Tony, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, Life is happening for us. Ask yourself a question. Do you think Tony Robbins is famous? A lot of people do. If you're watching this video, you probably know who Tony Robbins is, admire him. You've probably paid him a lot of money. I know I have. Well, I ask a lot of people, what do you think of Tony Robbins?
Hey, anybody here know who Tony Robbins is? Do you? No? Do you know who he is? Do you know who Tony Robbins is? No? How about you? You know who he is? Nobody.
You're probably thinking that's just the wrong demographic.
What do you think of Tony Robbins? You know who he is? No.
Who the fuck's that guy?
No, really. Do you know who he is? You don't know who he is?
I ask a lot of people if they know who Tony Robbins is. I estimate that 99.5% of the American population has no idea who is Tony Robbins because he's not famous. If he was famous, he would be on TV. But his show was 6 episodes on NBC and then it was off the air. Unlike Reverend Joel Osteen. You know, Joel Osteen is on NBC New York every Sunday morning at 9:30. And he has been for years and he will be for years. Why? Because Joel Osteen is more famous than Tony Robbins. He's a real celebrity. Now, it's not a knock against Tony Robbins. Here's another good one. Great. There he is. Anybody in this room know who that person is? Anybody? Not one person. Okay. Uncle G. That's Grant Cardone. And I said to Grant Cardone, Grant, what's the most important thing you ever learned? And he said, your biggest problem as an entrepreneur is that nobody knows who you are. And that's why I say, if they can't see you and hear you, they won't buy you. They have to see you and hear you if you want them to buy you, because if they don't know who you are, you can't win the game. Grant Cardone is a celebrity entrepreneur. Tony Robbins is a celebrity entrepreneur. I am a celebrity entrepreneur. Amy Duffy is a celebrity entrepreneur. Greg Hanna, Danny DeNovo, all of my students, we pursue the science and art of celebrity entrepreneurship, where our clients and prospects think that we're somebody very special, but the rest of the world doesn't know who we are. If you look me up on Google, you'll probably come across an article that calls me the most famous guy in the world that nobody's ever heard of. The whole world has not heard of me. However, my clients and prospects have paid me a lot of money because they think that I'm somebody special. That's what celebrity entrepreneurship is all about. There's my mathematical formula as I taught it at Mercedes-Benz. And I've been using these techniques of how to be a celebrity entrepreneur. And I've used all of these techniques in this presentation here today. I said, Champ, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, stay humble. And I know a lot of people, you don't want to hear what I have to say. You can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you might find you get what you need. You don't want celebrity, but you need celebrity. And Mike Tyson really hit the nail on the head, because celebrity entrepreneurship is not about ego. It's about just marketing. You're the same person that you've always been. What's the difference? You have better marketing, and you got to stay humble, even though it's going to bring you more success. It's going to bring you great cars, great houses, travel around the world, lots of money, all of that stuff. You got to stay humble. The third bucket that we're going to look at today in this presentation, my life's work distilled down into just minutes, is income. I sincerely believe that the transformation begins at the moment of transaction. If you want to help people, you are instantly helping them as soon as they give you money. If they don't give you money, there is no transformation. They have to pay you. And ideally, they need to pay you a lot of money, because the more money people pay you, the more committed they are, and the more profound a transformation you can deliver. So the 9th tool out of the 10 strategies for unfair competitive advantage is personal power. Confidence and credibility fuse together to create personal power. And if you want more income, increase your personal power. The more powerful you are, the more you'll be able to persuade people to pay you lots of money. The 10th strategy for unfair competitive advantage is marketing and positioning you as a celebrity instead of just a salesman. Hey, we're all salesmen. I'm a salesman. I used to say, whenever I was interviewed at customs and immigration, when I was coming back from a trip, they always ask you, what do you do for a living? And I would say sales. That's what I used to say. Now I say I'm an author. And ideally, you want to be positioned as a celebrity author, a celebrity speaker, a celebrity expert, and not as a salesman.
Clint Arthur himself is fantastic, and he does what I try to do, which is bring out an inner reality that's based on who you really are. And he knows that, and he searches for it, and he brings it to people, and then people resonate and relate to it and learn how to be what part of that they want to be in order to succeed.
He is like the bomb to get on television. People walked out of these 4 days with smiles. Look at me, I can't stop smiling from ear to ear. Happy, thrilled. He teaches you everything. He's a genius about getting on TV. So if you want celebrity, get on TV with Clint.
Hey, this is Dr. Matt Loop, author of Social Media Made Me Rich. Here's how it can do the same for you. And I just attended Clint Arthur's Dr. Oz event here in Philadelphia at the College of Physicians, and red carpet all the way, which you would exactly expect. What I like about what Clint and Allie do is they roll out the red carpet and deliver a fortune of value in return for what you actually pay. You know that they spend a lot of money making this stuff happen. It's just a very high level, high status positioning like he always talks about, and I couldn't recommend this service more, especially if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or even a doctor looking to become more influential. If you don't have this positioning component, you're just like this is 90% of the way there. If you've mastered this, everything else becomes easier because you're able to convert a lot more people into actual paying clients. So I can't really say enough great things about Clint and Allie and what they've done. So it's just been wonderful.
The 11th strategy for creating unfair competitive advantage is hard work. I asked Ice-T when he was a speaker at my conference, The Living Legends of Entrepreneurial Marketing at Carnegie Hall. I said, Ice, do rich people work hard? He said, man, you'll be on the yacht party, partying on the top of the yacht, and the guy who owns the boat, he'll be downstairs making business calls. Hard work is a definite strategy for unfair competitive advantage. I used to wonder about it. See, shouldn't a celebrity not be hardworking? Shouldn't you live a life of leisure? But you know what? I heard Dan Kennedy say rich people work hard. And I started asking a lot of celebrities this question. And I asked Martha Stewart the same question. I said, Martha, do rich people work hard? She said, every self-made rich person I've ever met has been an extremely hard worker. And that's when I started not just working harder, but also advertising the fact that I work hard and displaying the fact that I work hard to my clients and prospects. Hard work is an attribute of rich people, and it gives you an unfair competitive advantage, especially if you want to have more income. The 12th strategy out of 10 for having unfair competitive advantage is to over-deliver. I promised you 10 strategies. I've given you 12. I am known for over-delivering. It's in my modus operandi, the way I work. I always build in over-delivers. I build them right in. For example, at my Celebrity Launchpad, where I teach people how to get on TV, I have a guarantee. You show up for the implementation event, you will be invited by at least 3 of my friends who are producers at ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox to go on their shows, or else I'll give you back all your money plus $1,000. And I've never failed because nobody gets invited on less than 4 appearances. I always am able to over deliver. I said to Suzanne Summers, what's the most important thing you ever learned? She said, you need a mentor. Johnny Carson was her mentor. He put her on the Tonight Show and talked about her book of poems. And the next week it was a New York Times best-selling book. I think a mentor like that, I sure would. There's not a lot of mentors who actually do stuff like that for their mentees. Johnny Carson was one. I'm one. I arrange for special opportunities for the people who become my mentees. And if you're interested in that, you'll be able to find out about that at the end of this presentation.
1 year ago, I was closing less than 30% in my dinner seminars. And today, I'm closing more than 60%.
Between year 1 and year 3, we're up $1 million a year.
Have increased my fee at 80% and have more than 100 patients in my waiting list.
I went from a 6-figure practice to a 7-figure practice.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go, folks. Those are some great testimonials from some of my mentees. And having testimonials is a powerful tool for having more income. When you've got proof, and I've got literally hundreds of video testimonials at clintarthurreviews.com. I got tons of students doing tons of money, and having testimonials from your successful clients is a great tool for getting more income.
I have worked with Tony Robbins for several years, and I have paid more than $200,000 per year to work with Tony. I have worked with Grant Cardone, I have spent more than $60,000 per year to work with him. The difference with all these people and Clint is that he actually cares in a very personalized way to each one of us. The other is just big name brands, and I love them. I'm very grateful to be working with them, but I don't think they actually know my name. So I have barely speak to Clint, and when I raise my hand, he'd say my name. He knows me by name. That means a lot for all of us because he's really interested in your success or my success in this moment. I just want to make sure that you understand that what you get is far more valuable for what you pay or what we pay. So thank you so much, Clint.
Thank you,
And thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, remember when I said you are responsible for your own success out of Oprah's mouth? There was a camera crew at this event, and I thought they were shooting all of these testimonials. There were so many of them. Thank God I took personal responsibility for my own success and shot that video with my own cell phone camera, because I wouldn't have had it because the camera crew was gone by that point. It just goes to show you, you are responsible for your own success. Speaking at NASDAQ, that's Greg Hanna. You probably recognize him from the book, 3Moves to Millions, which is an amazing little book. I hope you've enjoyed it.
5 weeks later, we closed one deal, 5-year, 1.6 million. And second one is 450,000 over 2 years. All attributed to NASDAQ. I actually asked them because I wanted to see how to tie it back.
Many millions of dollars have been generated by celebrity entrepreneurship. I said, Snoop, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, life's too short to smoke cheap weed. Now, I quit smoking pot accidentally in December of 2009. However, I do believe in the philosophy that Snoop is talking about. I do think if you're going to smoke weed, don't smoke cheap weed. If you're going to drink wine, don't drink cheap wine, drink good wine. If you're going to wear clothes, wear good clothes, drive a great car, live in a great house. Life is too short, my friends. Experience the best. That's what this is all about. That's what life is really all about. Experiencing the best that you can, getting all that you can, get the best. What I do is the best marketing, and the best marketing ain't cheap. I'd like your permission to explain to you about my class where I teach you in depth about the best marketing you can get, how to have impact, influence, and income mastery. And I do it in paradise at my villa in Acapulco. If you don't want to hear about it, now would be a good time for you to leave the video. But if you do, you're going to be very psyched, because there's going to also be a very special offer at the end of this video that you'll be very psyched to hear about. So what I teach in Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery in Paradise, and this is the stuff that I'm still doing to this day. This is the stuff that has helped me to become a top 1% money earner in the National Speakers Association, that has made me a 21-time best-selling author, that has enabled me to get my book adaptation into the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh, Scotland. It's made the houses and all of this stuff possible. Here's what you get: 7-figure storytelling and selfie secrets. Hey, stories, I told you, very important. Telling your stories through selfies. You've seen a lot of selfies in this presentation. I make millions of dollars with my selfies, and I'm going to reveal my secrets to you. The secrets to win every dinner party and board meeting. You're never going to attend a board meeting or a dinner party and feel uncomfortable about speaking up and taking over and being the show, winning that event. 7-figure speaker performance coaching. I make lots of money as a speaker. You will learn tons of my secrets and tricks for being a better speaker. Self-publishing $1 million magazines and books. This little book is an example of that. I also publish magazines, and my clients publish magazines. Here's a little secret. The Greg Hanna 2,050,000, like that's just from speaking at NASDAQ and being on the Jumbotron. He's made another $2 million of new revenue from publishing what I call a $2 million magazine, which quickly displays all of the marketing assets that we create for and with our clients. Dominating Google searches for your name. If this is all you get from attending Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery in Paradise, it's worth the whole investment. People, when they see you and they're interested in you, they're going to put your name in Google, and whatever comes up there is what's going to determine whether you are going to have them become a real prospect or even a client. And you must dominate Google the way I do. Search my name. You'll see 5 pages of my marketing will appear and nobody else's. And the fascinating thing is that if you search my name on Facebook, Clint Arthur, you will see there's like 100 Clint Arthurs on Facebook. It's not an uncommon name, but on Google, it's like I'm the only Clint Arthur in the world. And if all you learn from me are some additional strategies, how I do it, that's easily worth 25 grand, many times that. 7 ways to get celebrities in your marketing for free. That's priceless. If you don't realize that's priceless, you really need to come to Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery in Paradise. Hey, you're going to get leadership training from a U.S. Army general. We took our whole $1 Million Business Accelerator group, that's my mastermind, to a training event at the National Training Center for the U.S. Army. And we saw General Taylor give a speech, which was a mastery training on being a powerful speaker and a leader. That's part of this video training package that you're going to get. 7-figure social media secrets and strategies. These things don't cost you 7 cents. I'm going to reveal the things that I'm doing now that are working to help you to make more impact, influence, and income. The Acapulco secret is a time-saving hack that's going to save you $4,000 a month forever in worth of your time. I know it saves me countless time. Every day you're going to be thanking me. You're going to be like, oh my God, Clint, this is such a great time saver. Thank you. Celebrity Entrepreneur Weekly Zoom Masterminds. I'm going to let you attend my weekly Zoom masterminds for 6 months. This is where my group of celebrity entrepreneurs, we all come together to exchange ideas, to inspire each other, to encourage each other, to see what's working, how it's working, and how people are making breakthroughs in impact, influence, and income. All of this is my home study training program. You're going to get that, and it'll be delivered to you immediately. Now, what are the bonuses? I'm always going to get bonuses because I'm always into over-delivering. The first bonus is when you attend my impact, influence, and income transformation experience, which is bonus number 2, when you show up for that, you're going to go home with your complete business biography book outline. And I say it's easy to write if you know what you want to write. The tough part is knowing what you want to write. But once you know what you want to write, it's easy. And that outline is going to make it so easy for you. And I'm going to give you my quick writing secret formula for how to write a book without typing a word. I've used it to write best-selling books in 2 days. My Pulitzer-nominated book I wrote in 10 days using this exact method. It's worked for me, dozens of my students, and it'll work for you too. The second bonus is the Celebrity Impact, Influence, and Income Transformation Experience at my luxury villa in Acapulco. It includes full room and board. We have a gourmet chef, a butler, sugar-free, gluten-free gastronomy. It's not just gourmet, it's a cut above gourmet. Believe me, I know. Our fresh juices could probably change your life, really. We're going to pick you up at the airport in Acapulco, return you safely to the airport in Acapulco, wine you and dine you and take care of you like you've never experienced at any seminar at my luxury villa. All you got to do is show up. It's a $10,000 value all by itself. The total package of what you are getting is $72,993. If you go to Impact, Influence, and Income sales page online, if you click the button from one of my websites and go to buy this online, it's $9,999 or 3 times 3,500. But I have a special offer for you. And by the way, in this presentation, we currently have 2 of these events scheduled, and you can come to September 24 through 29 or January 21 through 26. There may be other dates. If those are not convenient for you, check with me if those dates are not convenient. But if you can come to these events and you're seeing these dates advertised, then there is place for you in these events. Take advantage of this special offer. Because if all this did was get you 1 new client, it would pay for itself many, many times over. This offer is called This Mexican Must Be Crazy Offer. That's the name of this offer. The offer is this. It's either $9,995 as a single pay, or you can do 3 installments of $999. And this is for the first 10 people to take advantage of this offer. Why am I making this offer? I want to see if I can sell it through a YouTube video. This video is advertising this offer. This is the only way to get this offer. It's not advertised online directly. You can only get it if you got one of these books, which means I met you. I gave you the book. There was something about you that I thought you could get this and you should get this. Come to Impact, Influence, and Income, September 24 through 29, or the other date was January 21 to 26. I know it's a crazy offer. These are the rooms. The rooms are double rooms. There are a couple singles. Those are available. If you want to pay an upcharge, you can do that to get a single room, but each of those beds is a queen bed. The rooms are enormous. We match people up and people become lifelong friends as a result of the people they meet at our events. There's one of the events, they're small. They're usually between 12 and 20 people. Some of the training is done inside at that dining room. This is some of the food. It's all sugar-free, gluten-free, super healthy.
Hey, this is Dr. Chris Perrin coming to you from Clint Arthur's luxury villa in Acapulco, Mexico. And I just wanted to share with you real quick. I just finished up my 3rd week here this year. And this week's program was Impact, Influence, and Income. And I just got to tell you, every time I come here, I learn so much. But the biggest thing is we're all so busy in our day-to-day lives that I found, as crazy as it seems, that when I come here and step away from the quote unquote normal world, it's like in Fast and Furious where they hit the nitrous button and you just get this super acceleration to where you make so much progress in such a short period of time that the investment of taking a week and coming here is just unbelievable. On top of that, you get it done because you're learning, but you're also having time to work and you're also having time to just rest and think. Amazing time. Thank you, Clint. Great time. See you soon.
He's been many more times than just 3. He's been many more times. He's become a really good friend of mine. A lot of my clients become my good friends. I do that on purpose because everybody knows celebrities hang out with other celebrities. The more celebrity friends I have, the more successful I become. There's those dates again, the 24th to the 29th, and then there's the January dates. There may be others. The only question is, how bad do you want it? If you want something, you can make it happen. If you want to come to Impact, Influence, and Income, how bad do you want it? Just come up with a couple ducats. I really made it very easy for you. And when you want something, desire is the most powerful factor. This is for the first 10 people only for this event. Are you going to be one of them? You should be. Here's a special bonus for you. Extra bonus, because I always over-deliver, your headshot on the NASDAQ Jumbotron. Yep, it's real. It's going to be you. You send me the picture, I'll put it up there. Design it carefully because it's worth a lot of money to put it up there. It costs me a lot of money to put it up there. It's a special bonus if you enroll through this special offer that you're getting. It's $29.99 value in and of itself. Here's Dr. Deb Matthew. Even though I'm a doctor, the picture on the Jumbotron got the most attention of anything I've ever done. It works for everybody. Why? Because it makes you stand out and above your competition. Another special bonus, one-on-one celebrity strategy consultation with me. I'm going to do an online profile review. I'm going to look at you on Google and I'm going to go through what I see and I'm going to tell you what of these strategic elements are missing. What do you need to focus on? Maybe there'll be some ways that I could help you to make that happen faster.
Hey, everybody, Dr. Amy Duffy here. I have just finished my 7th week here in this beautiful villa in Acapulco with Clint. And let me tell you, I know some people get a little bit nervous about being away from the office or away from their family to come do an event or do any kind of marketing or professional development, whatever it is. But I will tell you, the more time that I spend here in this villa doing the work that I do with Clint, the more successful my practice is, the more impact, influence, and income that I can have for my patients and myself personally. So take care of you. And it's really important to make that decision to just show up, because the more you show up, the better you're going to be. And it is amazing.
She's at my villa right now with her clients. That's who I was talking about earlier in this presentation. I was hanging out with her and her clients in the pool earlier today.
My company was probably $2 million in size when I joined. We're 10 million. We'll close at 10 million at the end of this year. I also am coaching. I'm the head coach, vice president of Technology Marketing Toolkit with Robin now, coaching 3,000 members on how to grow their MSP. I have people that pay me $10,000 a day to coach them. And I've started 2 other companies since then as well. I'm probably easily making 1.5 million a year take home myself, where I was probably making 150,000 4.5 years ago. If you do it, it will open so many doors.
There you see him with iced tea behind his chair. There he is on the NASDAQ Jumbotron. There he is doing VIP speaking at various places, hanging out with Damon John, Barbara Corcoran. He's a celebrity entrepreneur. That's Will Nobles. And he is having a lot of fun with what I'm teaching.
Got it, Clint. Exactly. I don't care how busy you are. Like, listen, all of you are doing the right thing by being with Clint at his conference. It's a wise move. You're busy. I'm sure you had lots of other things you could have done, but you made time.
Hey, I know you're busy, but you got to show up. If you want to show up, hey, you can get the offer. You get the home study package for 3 times $9.99. It's worth every penny and many more. But if you want to show up for the live event, you just got to show up. You got to make the time to show up. And some of you may be like, I can't go for a whole week. If you can't go, then you need to come. You need to be able to free yourself from time and geographic constraints in your life, especially in today's day and age. And that's part of what you're going to get when you experience impact, influence, and income mastery in paradise at my villa. So how do you get the special offer? Well, we're going to go to this link. This is an overview of impact, influence, and income mastery in paradise. And at the bottom is, yes, I want more impact and influence. Click on the 3 monthly payments of $3,500, and then it's going to say have a coupon code. Click here. The coupon code is crazy because it's a crazy offer. And hit that, and you'll see it changes to my crazy offer of $999. Go ahead, put in your information, your credit card information, and grab one of these 10 spots while you can get it, because I don't guarantee that this offer will be available for any particular time. When these 10 spots are gone in the September class, they're gone. This offer may never be presented again. So get it while you can get it. And I will look forward to seeing you here in Acapulco. Now, for whatever reason, you've got some questions and you're not ready to get enrolled right now, you can do a one-on-one call with my wife, Allie. She is one of the smartest women in the world. She can see through all BS. She knows who's real and who's not, who's nice and who's not. And if she likes you, she will probably offer you an opportunity to get involved with what we do. She's going to ask you in a 15-minute call, what's working in your business, what's not working in your business. And if she sees ways for us to help you, then she will offer you those ways. And if you are smart, you'll take advantage of what she offers you. Generally, my mentorships range from $5,000 to $100,000 to participate with me directly. That just gives you an idea of what it's going to be. So if you want a special strategy session with Allie, you can get that by sending her an email to the address on your screen, allie@allisonsavage.com. It's going to wrap it up for this special presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I really put my whole life into this, and I put my heart and soul into it. And oh, by the way, there's one more special bonus technique that I want to share with you. And that is what I call guaranteed sales. Now, I talked about the guarantee that I have for Celebrity Launchpad. If you don't get invited on at least 3 shows, we'll give you all your money back plus $1,000. For Impact, Influence, and Income, I have a special guarantee. If you attend the event and you make all of the moves that I teach you at the event, and you do not double your income within 1 year, I will gladly refund every penny that you paid plus $1,000. That's right. You get every penny back plus $1,000. You have no risk. We take all the risk. All you have to do is do what I say, and I guarantee it will work so great, you will double your income. Click the link and get this while you can. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to seeing you at Mi Casa in Acapulco.